Coming up, the biggest event for Australia is here. The 50th Nationals is this week. We've got some insights to some comp day rituals, a few new things about our Kaizen team heading over, which may or may not involve the new friend sitting across from me. All of that follows after our talented friend Good Fortune. Welcome back to the Kaizen Culture pod, where we are keeping the conversation moving within Australian karate. My name is Mitchell Durham, as always with Nathan Blockley, and now with Jes Bromley. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We are also watchable on YouTube. Please give the podcast a rating, as that it helps us out a bunch. And as always, please let us know your thoughts and opinions by sending an email at kaizenculture.info@gmail.com, or even sign up to our mailing list at kaizenculture.org. Welcome, Jes Bromley.
Thank you very much. I'm nervous to be here. This is only my second ever podcast.
Second?
Yeah.
What's your first?
It was on it was like my friend's podcast, but they deleted the episode. Yeah.
Was it that bad?
You didn't
like,
tell us this before we invited you
Yeah,
on.
I thought I'd put it out there on the air, so you know.
So your
there's no
experience-
going back now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on it. This is going to be aired. So there's no going back now.
Oh, so this will 100%.
100%.
I'm going to get
Don't
out
worry.
there.
Maybe. No, but
99.9%.
catch another.
Yeah.
Jes, we are so happy to have you on here. Some people may not know that we've been trying to track you down for a long time to be a part of the Kaizen team. We approached you in the early days.
Very early days.
Yeah,
Day one.
literally like
Yeah,
day -5. But yeah, you've actually been involved more than people think. You created the logo for us. You designed this. This is your painting behind you here, the Bruce Lee. For those of you that don't watch on YouTube, there's a painting that's been hanging up in the studio, and this is your time to have a look at the YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Firstly, go watch the YouTube if you're not
What's
already
the
and you're just
URL?
listening to it.
The URL.
The URL, yeah.
Bro, you're expecting me to quote it?
Yeah, off the top of your head, yeah.
It's in our link tree.
Okay.
It is an link tree. But yeah, if you don't know on the YouTube, the Bruce Lee painting, which is all done by you, very talented young man.
Oh, thank you.
But you do a lot of other stuff, not just being really good at karate as well. You know, you're a photographer, videographer, filmmaker, I don't know, design artist.
Yeah, what would you
That's
do-
very impressive.
you've got it.
Filmmaker.
What would you define yourself as?
Oh, sounds a bit pretentious, but I like to say creative, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking artist, so.
Yeah.
Artist, that also sounds like a bit pretentious, don't you think?
No.
Well,
no.
you are,
I'm
but
an
not.
artist.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But we are so stoked to have you here in the absence of John today. But it lines up pretty well
It does.
because we mentioned that we had an expanded team at the national championships, and that is you. You're on there.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. So if I'm not incorrect, my job is social media manager.
Wait, what?
Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good. Oh, my God.
Sorry,
I
Dad.
almost
I thought it was
fainted
not.
for a
No,
second.
that was a setup.
Yeah. No, so I'll be managing the social media. I think, Nathan, you were saying before that it's always been hard in previous years to get the social media consistently running, especially when you're like filming, you know, and photographing 24/7.
Exactly. Like I'm
yeah.
only one man. I like to fancy myself at tournaments. I think I do a pretty good job of the roles that I'm involved with. What are you doing, Mitch?
He does a fantastic job.
Yeah, so I'm at the tournament doing film, doing photography for like 10 hours during the day. And then I get back and I have to make sure everything's backed up. And then I need to try to do reels as well. And like posts, it's tough to do all of that. And that's what Kaizen Culture has been missing last Nationals and this Oz Open. We can't do everything at once and we can't be posting throughout the day. And that's something that we really see as value. Like if you're at the championships, yeah, you can see it straight in front of you, but having reels pop up of certain moments, that's just exciting. And I'm sure, Mitch, when you're at like international championships and you have a look at Karate Insights and they're posting during the tournament, it's so exciting to see that.
I actually don't know how they do it, to be honest. It's nuts. It's
Well,
like
we might find out pretty soon.
we'll see how much of a wizard he is.
pressure's
No, it's not too much pressure. Like it's just we see what you do in that sort of space, and you're very creative, and you got the brains and for it. Like this is not our
Very
forte.
kind of you. Yeah.
But yeah,
No, yeah, like hopefully we'll be getting some good content out. People always expect such a quick turnover,
Yeah.
like with photos and videos especially. I went yesterday, I took photos of my mate's university graduation yesterday, and I reckon he texted me maybe like 30 minutes after when I got home.
After
and it was like,
finished.
can you send through the photos? And I was like, yeah, I'll send through the photos. But
Eventually.
I think, not many people realize how long it takes to like sort through the photos and videos especially. Nathan has to like color grade them and, stabilize all the footage. It takes that long. So hopefully I'm there just to, smooth out that process and get some content out like a lot quicker.
Yeah,
for
and you'll
people
be helping the two photographers we have as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, that turnover will hopefully be really fast.
that looked very,
Yeah, you look
really,
very intense.
fast. No,
If
but
you're watching
and
on the YouTube, yeah.
we've also got your sister Ksenia helping out on the Friday especially,
Exactly.
but also over the weekend as well when she's not competing because obviously.
Exactly, yeah. No, Ksenia will be coming in on the Friday, I think, mainly, as I'll be getting there Friday night. So Ksenia will be helping out on Friday. She does a great job as well. She's helped out a lot with the WA Karate Instagram as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so every now and then she'll edit a video and she'll like do a little post. So she's also very talented and it'll be cool. Yeah,
Does she enjoy doing it?
I think she really enjoys doing it. I think though, she studies marketing at university, so she knows a lot more about like the social media algorithms and the psychology of,
Oh, well, what's that really popular reel now where you put like a 0.1 second reel up and it just keeps repeating?
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's I think Al Jafari did it. It's just like him doing a hook kick and it lasts for not even a second. And because because people just like you open it on your phone, it plays at least 4 times before you realize you're watching the video. Yeah. So you're getting that many views, which is important to the algorithm. So it's shared.
Oh, it's like an algorithm.
Yeah. I was thinking, should we be doing that?
No, I hate it, but it's just something
you need integrity of content. You know what I mean? Yeah,
absolutely. So we hopefully you've got that A1 standard.
Like there's a big push at the moment for like so many people. I have friends who have become like social media influencers and like they've gone from like 5,000 followers to like 30,000 followers in the space of like a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, but it's all through doing like really like it's engaging with all the reels and like by engaging with the reels, you're getting more content, but you're not necessarily, producing unique quality stuff that people want to see. Yeah. And I think that's the thing about Kaizen culture. It's like Australia, it's a really unique karate landscape. And like not many people across the world are seeing, what's happening in Australia.
That's very true. And this podcast itself, like people, Karate Insights do all the reels of the actual competitions, but the stuff that we talk about on here, that's not done. I'm not actually aware anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe in Spain or Italy, they've got Spanish, Italian podcasts where they talk about their karate. But it's pretty unique.
In Japan they have JK Fan, which is a magazine.
That's wildly
which is
unique.
it's like a souped up version of the pamphlets that you guys make for the national championships.
I bought my dad one for his birthday. Yeah, they're expensive. They're like $40.
Yeah, they're really expensive, and like, well, it's like a media, company who produces them, and like a lot of work goes into them. I haven't read them.
So much work.
Yeah. There's like English versions available, but it's it's absolutely insane. And that's the dream. They've got such like a homogenous karate community, but like within that, it's like so built up and like the live streaming, the television, like the media they have, all the brands that are involved in like all of the karate. It's literally almost like college basketball in the United States. And I think like Kaizen culture, that's where you guys are moving. That's the trajectory.
That was the idea with the update. Sorry, I feel like Jess and I are talking a lot. Sorry, but you go.
Hey, I'm enjoying this conversation.
Mitch is holding the talking stick.
I'm just like, hey, we've got a run sheet here. We need to stick to the times. No, I'm loving this conversation because it is so true. Like that's where we sort of took inspiration from, the old school magazines and stuff like that. And why not? We can make Australian karate
exactly
as big as that.
I thought you were going to say make Australian karate great again.
Oh,
and I was like, no, maybe not.
Maybe not.
We'll find a different slogan, I think,
Yeah, I saved myself there. That was not on my radar. But
No, with the JK Fan and the updates that we started doing as well, that was the thing back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we've got, we'll talk about it later, but we've got a little update like we did at Nationals last year to hand out to everyone at Nationals. Worked really hard on it, but part of that is doing a bit of the history because it is the 50th year anniversary of Nationals, which is just crazily exciting. And yeah, doing a lot of the research for that history, they used to have Karate Shimbun, which was
What is that?
an article. Thank you for asking, Jess. It's an article.
He asked me to ask that question before.
I did not.
Wow, what is
Still
that?
the setup.
The AKF used to produce them, and something like 3 a year, and it was to inform the members about what's going on in the world of karate, and that was the idea behind the updates. But it was not Australia; it was the world, and that's the idea of this 50th anniversary booklet. So it's been done before, and we want to bring it back because it was valuable.
Well, let's actually just talk about it now.
All right.
Why not? Let's just talk about it. So this is exclusive access. We've got the booklet here. The
It's
50th.
upside down, Mitch.
No. Oh. I can see the back as well. And I know that it's not upside down, but I still got it.
My bad.
Anyway, so this is it. This is the booklet. I'm not going to show you what's inside because you're going to have to get one at the Nationals. Everyone's going to get one. Everyone.
Coaches, officials, referees, and athletes. We've got copies for you all.
And there's actually going to be a little gem that we're not going to tell you about. That's going to be inside here, a little extra thing. So you got to make sure you watch out for that. But yeah, we've had a huge history team a part of it. So Adam Kamulia was one that had all the archives. Mish Wilson, Con Papa Nicolau. You were a part of the writing team with another girl from Victoria, Mia Chan. Just can't thank you guys enough for lending a hand with that article because it was a big task.
Oh, yeah.
Just getting all the information and making sure that we couldn't fit the whole history of karate in Australia in a little booklet. We would love to do a full expanded version of the history.
You're going to do that, Mitch?
No, I'm not doing it. I barely did.
I
barely did this condensed version. But we tried to sum up as best as we can our history and our successes and all that sort of stuff. So it's in here with a few other little bits and pieces about the championships, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
And we'd also like to thank Karate Victoria as well for the support in doing this. They paid for pretty much all the booklets. We just put the work in. So yeah, thank you for Karate Victoria. We're excited to see what you can produce on next Friday, or this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited for what they're going to put together. Like, I've been seeing the Karate Victoria Instagram, and it is like next level. Like, I think the Nationals last year really like elevated the standard. I think
Nationals last year was the best Nationals I've ever been to.
Yeah,
agreed.
Hands down. And I'm not just saying that because it was in Perth. Like, I love traveling for karate, but the spectacle, the arena, the vibes, the quality of the event, how it was run, I don't think it was delayed by much at all, except for the first day.
Yeah, first day.
Sorry,
bit, yeah.
So I always forget about Carter. That's my bad.
Why's that, Mitch?
That's on me. That's on me. I've really pushed it out of my memory from used to doing it. Once I quit Carter, I'm like, it's done. There's no
done.
more. But no, it was a great spectacle last year, and yeah, I mean, I think it's just only going to get better, as the years go by, and especially this one, the 50th.
Hopefully.
Yeah, like last year they made like some like pretty major changes in like the layout, and obviously like the signage and the bannering from last year was like next level. It like really creates that atmosphere in the stadium. One of the things I loved most about last year was like the team events at the end, how they like rotated between the men, the women, and like the different teams in the men. It was like non-stop action. So like literally one fight would finish from like the men's team Kumite, and then it was like onto the women's. There was no like, it was like high retention,
And I think that's hard to do. We don't actually know the schedule for Karate Victoria and this Nationals, but I do agree. I love it when you're not torn between watching two major events, especially if they're like both the finals. You want to be watching one and then the other, or both of them on one mat or something like that. Like you do want that sort of freedom. So,
is there anything you remembered from last year's Nationals that you hope to see again this year? Or
well, besides like one of the things I always love, I don't think it is at this Nationals, is the fight offs for team positions. I don't think they're having them this year, right?
They will be doing fight-offs,
no, but those were always so
you like fight offs?
Oh, I love fight offs. Do you not like fight offs?
Yeah, nobody doesn't like fight offs as a spectator.
I suppose as an athlete, it's like the worst thing in the world. But
I
mean,
guess
yeah, I
like
get
there's
it,
so
I
much
get it,
pressure,
I get it, yeah.
but like I remember like from 2 nationals ago, the one that was in Queensland, Tegan had a fight off and she lost the first one and like losing the first one, it's like losing the first 2 sets in like tennis or something. you
Yeah,
know?
it's so
That's,
true.
that's a great analogy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
such like an effort to like bring yourself back in and like think like it's like it's like Senchu really.
Yeah.
Because like if you get Senchu, not only are you up 1 point, but you also have that like buffer of like the other person needs
get
to do
one.
that extra mile to get ahead of you. And it's like the exact same thing with the fight offs. Like if you lose that first fight, you really need to like rewire your mind space and be like, I don't even know. I've never had to do it.
And
Like,
you'd never have had to.
Yeah, I had to in 2018 for Worlds against Carlos, and I lost the first one.
That's right.
oh really?
Yeah. So
Front kick.
at the AIS, no, I got disqualified. I stepped out. I was winning the fight, and I stepped
Oh.
out, and I got disqualified. And Robin is there, just like, "What are you doing?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't know, but I'm down 1-0, and if I lose this next fight, I'm not going to Worlds." And then I won the next 2, and it was all good. But this was when the fight offs weren't displayed, and it was at the AIS in a separate room. So it was just officials, referees, coaches, and then the athletes that were actually doing the fight offs.
Yeah, now stop that. Put it on display. I want to see that. I don't want to be behind closed doors.
Hey, fair enough. But yeah, there's no fight offs this nationals.
No.
So sorry, Jess.
Oh, it's a bummer. No, I loved that from last year. I loved watching last year Rory and Declan, especially.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, 2 great guys, but also like 2 excellent fighters. And I remember Declan beat Rory in the weight category
Yep.
division for the under
In the
67.
finals.
Yeah, in the finals, which is hence why I think they had to do the
Yeah, that probably gave it cause because I think Rory's record was a bit more impressive.
No,
than
it was equal points. So they have
equal points going into the tournament.
once Declan won. So once
Oh,
Declan
okay.
won the nationals, then it was equal points.
Oh, okay, but if Rory won, then it probably wouldn't have done.
I think
Okay,
that's
yeah.
so. I think that's what I got told anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I love that round robin fighting. And you obviously do it all the time at the Premier Leagues. I don't know, like I'm dreaming here, but I'd love to see round robin fighting in Australia.
We've
at one
talked about
stage.
this on the world stage. Like, imagine if individual kumite, just the final of the whole world championship was a best of 3.
Well, do you remember this is a super like what do you call it? A shot to the past? That's not right.
Yeah,
Blast
go with
from
it.
the past.
Anyway,
Flow-
blast from the past. He winked at me. All right, so it was called like the PLK or like League of Karate Professionals. Does anyone remember this?
Never heard of this.
I have no
Oh my God,
idea
have you
about
not?
this.
There
No.
was one, like it was between, okay, you've surely seen the video. It was like Rafael Agaev and Georgios Sanos.
Okay.
And it was like, there were like fireworks coming out of the stage, right? And they come out and it's like best of 3. So they've actually done this before, what you're talking about. And it was like it's an arena and it was all blacked out except for like the tatami, right? And they come out and it's like best of 3. Okay,
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Clip it up.
blacked out.
we're
Yeah,
putting
clip
this,
it, yeah.
we're
Producer?
putting this,
Producer, clip it up.
unless I'm absolutely tripping.
Yeah,
and,
imagine
you
if
know.
it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Ever. And it was just
Just
a
a
random.
dream.
No, it was like best
final.
of like 3, and they were like 3-minute rounds, and they even had like people coming out with like the round thing. You know how they do in boxing?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's exciting and
League
it's,
of Karate Professionals. It was called.
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
I'm pretty sure it was called that.
We'll fact check it and we'll
check
get back to
the
you.
screen right now. It's showing it.
It's just
And for those people who are listening in and thinking 3 fights for a final, that's dumb. Like, it's a fight, just whoever wins.
Are you serious?
Basketball do it. A bunch of
boxing
other
does
sports do it. Yeah, basketball's the best of
Like
7.
boxing is
like-
technically one fight, but it's like 12 rounds or whatever.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
each round
How
somebody's
much is a boxing round?
elected
It's
a winner.
like
It's 3 minutes, no?
3 minutes.
Is it 3
I have
minutes?
no idea.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, boxing is hard,
It
man.
is 12 rounds.
3 minutes getting pummeled.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, back on track.
Well, we haven't
Where-
really,
where are we?
I actually don't know. We've had some great chats here. We haven't really gone through any comp day rituals. That was the one thing that I had written down here.
Not perfect.
I mean,
Let's flow into it.
I would love to hear yours, Jess, because you were saying that you had some.
Well, I have I have comp day philosophies rather than comp day rituals. So like I always used to be like I used to be a big fan of the music. Oh sorry.
Okay. You don't need to
Hit the
touch
microphone. Yeah. I had a like music and I used to like put my hood over my head and
Religiously.
be like looking down and I'm like, no one mess with me.
Mm.
I used to be like that was like when I was 8 or something, But like, I started like my mum always used to play The Sound of Silence at home before going, and I got like negative associations with that. Like that song because she always my mum's brilliant. I love my mum,
Shout out
but
to
you know
Sammy Bromley,
she
by
was
the
just
way.
trying to like pump me up
For sure.
But like The Sound of Silence, which is like it's the song where it's like hello darkness, my old friend.
Why? That song pumping you up.
I don't know. We were playing that song to pump. It was like a cover, but it was like a heavy metal
Oh,
cover.
okay.
Never mind.
Even so.
Please.
Link in
elaborate.
the description to that video.
Bro, you can't just keep saying that.
The link's going to be like
It's going to be 10 link long description. No, but like, yeah. So, and then I got like negative associations from that song because I used to be so nervous.
Yeah.
So it would, like whenever I hear that song today, I still feel like makes me like feel nervous.
Okay.
So like I have like a new philosophy where it's like, I remember my athletics coach once told me, he was like, do you guys know Peter Ball?
Yeah.
He went to the Olympics for the 800 meters. Link for Peter Ball in the description.
He's from Perth.
Yes, he's from Perth.
Yeah.
So I was actually at the track. I was running while Peter Ball was running. And my coach once said to me, look at him. He's like always smiling like during training. And he's always smiling around the track. And you'll see even like before a race, he's like smiling and like he just looks happy to be there. Makes me think of Mitch, actually.
I was going to say, we're talking about
I remember
Paul or
one
Mitch?
day like Billy.
Who's Billy?
Billy, the commentator
Brennan.
for
Oh, Billy Brennan. Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Brennan, BB.
Right.
He once said oh, look how much he's smiling.
Yeah.
He's a
And
guy who's
Rabat.
really happy to be there.
Yeah.
And like I've like in the last 2 years, I've started to have that as like my pre-game routine, I suppose. Just like be happy to be there. So like I try and like talk to my friends, but before like going on the match, like don't take this as, like gospel, do what works for you. Yeah, exactly. But like I like just being happy and relaxing. And like I feel like I fight best when I have no pressure.
Yeah.
And like to get to that state, I kind of just like try and make myself feel like, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% resonate with that. Like I went through a period of time when I was like, maybe I need to be super strict and just like locked in and angry or just whatever. And I felt like that put more pressure on and then just enjoying it. Like, why do we do karate? We enjoy it. We love the sport. Obviously you want to win. Like no one wants to lose. Everyone wants to win. Doesn't change the fact that you can just have fun and be yourself out there and enjoy the process. So yeah, I love that. That's the exact same vibes as I've got carrying into. Did you see that?
No.
Did you see the fluff?
Yeah, I saw the fluff.
It like almost went in my eye. Anyway, this is a very crazy episode, by the way. I love it. But yeah, did you have any pre or comp day rituals, like things that you remember?
I didn't quite have a ritual, but this was something that really sticks into my mind from competing. I used to get, before I competed, I used to get really tired. I used to yawn a heap.
Yeah.
I think like in the early days, I would be yawning and I'd be like, why are you yawning? Like you've got plenty of sleep. You've done the training. Well, why are you yawning? You're about to go on in like half an hour. Why are you tired? And I got really in my head about that. And it affected my warm up and my sort of mental preparation going into it. And then towards the latter part of my career, I started accepting that was just my nerves processing. So when I got tired, and it didn't stop. It wasn't like I found a solution and all of a sudden I was completely awake. Well, I was always completely awake when I walked on the mat. Let's get that straight.
Just do it.
I wasn't falling asleep. But during my warm up, I would continuously just involuntarily yawn. And I didn't feel tired, but I just yawned and I was like, why am I tired? But then I accepted that that's just my nerves processing. And once that happened, I could yawn during my warm up and still feel ready to go. And then when I walked out on the mat, there was less pressure of like, oh, I've just had a shocking warm up because I was clearly tired the whole hour I was doing it. So it was sort of just an acceptance for me. But in terms of, rituals, like night before sort of stuff, I didn't really have a whole lot.
I think that's like important. That's like an important theme, like accepting the fact that like maybe something about your warm up isn't like perfect. And like if you can accept it and like not get anxious over that, it's like, it's completely
that's
chill.
a huge insight because everybody does prepare for that sort of event differently. And from the other side of the spectrum in terms of, be happy and not serious, there are competitors who are deadly serious before they walk on, and it is the best preparation for them to go on the mat. One comes to mind was Nicole Bridgman.
Oh my God. You
Nicole
couldn't
Bridgman,
get a word in.
she, for those who don't know, she was Australian national champion.
Oceania, Commonwealth, I think.
Yeah, definitely Oceania, Commonwealth. I'm
for
not,
sure,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure as well. So yeah, very talented kata athlete, and you could not talk to her. Like,
Don't even look at her the wrong
yeah,
way.
I don't think, because Brank was her personal coach, I don't think Brank could even talk to her before the event. It was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, all the preparation was done in the month before. As soon as the event rolls round, don't talk to me. I am locked in. And then she walked on the mat and she killed it.
Yeah.
So it worked perfectly for her. But you just got to know what's your type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's pretty cool, hey?
I remember actually, Mitchell didn't mention this. This is one of my mum's favorite pre-game routines of Mitchell is the lucky undies.
Oh, yeah. I always wear the same undies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still?
Never wash them.
Same.
I didn't actually get the update on that.
Yeah,
Still.
no, so I forgot them in Dublin. Clearly that's why I lost. So, and that's
Can't
horrible.
blame it on anything else.
No, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Clearly. But yeah.
So yeah, you conveniently missed, like, this is what we're talking about, rituals, and you just conveniently
Yeah,
missed out the
sorry,
fact that you wear the same underwear to every comp.
Yeah, and he
I
never
don't-
washes them.
No,
either.
Local comps?
Yeah.
Any competition.
Any comps?
Any competition. I never wear them outside of competition. It's just for competition.
What, can we get the brand? Maybe they'll sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, colour.
I'll bring them out after the break,
Oh, really?
Ooh.
if you're lucky.
Are you going to be wearing them
We
and
got
nothing
to
else?
see Mitchell's
Yeah.
drawers on our podcast.
This is why you got to go onto YouTube. But now we're going to take a little short break. All right?
All right.
Thanks, guys. That was wicked.
I need one.
Okay, we are back, and I have got the undies.
Let's see him.
They're bonds.
Yeah, just stock standard bonds, you know, nothing crazy. They are getting old though now. Like, I can't remember the first time I got them, but it's just like a nice material. It's a polyester type thing. It's stretchy, you know. That's it.
So what happens when they're
I don't
no
know.
longer
I've actually thought
usable?
about it.
You retire.
Wait, so what's your box situation?
So, okay,
You
here's,
have
here's
a
what I do.
strap-on box.
Strap on box. I have my undies on, then I've put my skins on over the top, my the short ones, and then the box just over the top of that.
Oh my God, you're 3 layers.
It is a lot. It does hurt the waistband sometimes. It can cut off
That's
circulation, but
I do I skins and then I have box undies and I put my box undies over my skins.
box undies?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it's like a slip and you just slip the box into the
oh,
undies.
box undies. Okay,
Yeah.
right, cool. I get it.
Not like boxes.
That's what I thought. I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
what?
That's insane.
Yeah, no. Anyway, that's enough undies chat.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. We have a few things that we want to talk about Kaizen culture. I almost said karate insights. I shouldn't have said that at all.
Yeah, you could have just kept
could
it
have
to
just
yourself.
kept going. Kaizen culture at the Nationals. So one huge thing is that our packages, photo and video packages, have sold out. Like,
Insane.
so quickly as well. Like we were at like 90% sold out within the first day or so.
Yeah.
And then, a couple of days later, was it 72 hours?
Yeah, 72 within 72 hours, which
Yeah,
is 3 days.
crazy.
So
Can
yeah,
you divulge how many or is that secret?
I can. No, I definitely can, and I will.
I can and I will.
I can and I will. So Oz Open. No,
We're going back to Oz Open.
We're going back to Oz Open because it's very vastly different, and this is why I want to highlight the growth around the hype in the packages. Oz Open, we were like, this was based on nationals. Obviously, being at home, we felt like we could take on a little bit more. First time away, we were like, all right, let's release 20 packages. 20 packages, you're guaranteed to get what we promise you. And then we'll release 20 more packages on the understanding that, look, we're trying to do as much as we possibly can. We're going to prioritize these 20 packages, but we're still going to open up and hope. And we wouldn't be offering this if we didn't think we could achieve it. So we did 40 in total. We released 20 to start with. We sold out 80% within the first 24 hours. 80% of 20 packages, 16 packages.
Great maths.
In the first 24 hours. This time, we're like, you know what? We covered all 40 athletes from Oz Open. Let's just give the same offer to everybody and not do this two-release sort of stuff. It might take a little bit longer to sell out because obviously it took a while to build up to the 40 that we did at Oz Open. So but we also felt pretty good on how much we were able to capture. So let's release 50 packages this time. So we released 50 packages, and as Mitch said, we're at 80 to 90% sold out within the first 24 hours of the 50.
That's nice.
So I think we were just over 40 packages already secured within the first 24 hours. Took a little bit longer to get that last, 8 or 9 packages or so. But then since then, we've had a lot of people reaching out. This is after we posted up saying, hey, we're sold out, which is just fantastic because selling out 50 in 3 days compared to 16 in a day, like that, it's a lot more hype around the packages. And we had people reaching out and say, hey, do you still have a package left? And we're like, no, I'm sorry, but it got sold out really fast. Yeah,
it's like those sneakers, where people put on bots to like get them in quick, Oh. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not a sneakerhead. Sorry, that's not my. Are you a sneakerhead?
No, I don't know why I said it.
Okay. But yeah, so thanks so much for everyone. And we really want to be able to do as many packages as we can. It just all depends on the team that we've got. So
and this is our current capacity. I'm not saying that we won't be expanding in the future. I know that what we're doing at Nationals is probably more than Karate Insights do at the Premier League comps in terms of numbers. Like they cover less athletes than we are doing at this Nationals. You guys right?
Taking shots at credit.
So we're doing a lot already, but we do have an exciting opportunity that we're trialing for the second time now because I did a New Zealand Open just to see how everything works. But this Nationals, we will also have a photo stand. Well, it'll be the Kaizen Culture stand, but we'll have photos available at the stand if you want them. So the idea is that the photographers, their primary concern is getting the Kaizen Culture athletes that we've secured with their packages. Outside of that, we'll just be taking as many photos as we possibly can of everybody. Hopefully we capture at least 80% of the athletes that actually compete on the day, and we'll be posting them up online for people to have a look at and get if you want. So that's the alternative to the packages, and that's us at max capacity. You know? And it's not like you can just bring on a heap more photographers and media personnel because karate, like the tatami area is already busy enough. So organisations like Karate Victoria, I think it probably would have been slightly different from West Australian Karate Federation because the venue was so big. There was a lot of room, so there were a lot more media personnel allowed on the tatami area. But yeah, Karate Victoria at the Whitlam Centre in the future, that's going to be limited. So we're also limited by that, So
but I think that'd be good. It brings it back. Remember when we had? Do you remember the stands at like Nationals and Oz Open? Were you competing around that time when you could like get a live stand and you go up to the booth and purchase your photos?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So it'd be very.
That's all I have to add. Yes.
Surely you got some photos. I reckon
did.
Your mum
I have like one photo I still have as my Gmail profile.
It's you doing cutter.
Yeah, it's me
doing this one.
doing Seipai, and it's like here. And then I have a logo of myself over the photo.
You didn't buy it?
Huh?
You didn't buy it?
No, it's my photo, and then it just says Jes Bromley.
Oh, the logo is your own logo.
Okay. No, because what you were talking about is my situation. My first Instagram photo is
and you have the watermark.
And I still have the watermark on it. But it was a great kit, but apparently Dad didn't love me enough to purchase it. I think I was over 18 at the time, so I probably could have got it myself. But
do you need to talk about those feelings, Nate?
Maybe, but not with you.
Spin-off podcast.
Anyway, but
so yes, that's what we'll be doing at the tournament, and it is because we're just trying to do as much as we possibly can. Comparatively, the prices back then for sports photography, and probably the reason why I didn't get it, it was a bit pricier than we're going to be doing it. We're just doing it to support the photographers that are working for us, and also all the profits that go. That Kaizen Culture makes go straight back into the community, and that we'll be spending on stuff like the surprise we have in that booklet that Mitch was talking about earlier. That I just want to bring back to.
I actually can't wait. I can't wait.
It's on the tip of my tongue, and I just want to.
You don't even know.
I do know.
Nah, he knows. You helped me design things, so it's good.
No, it's sick. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, we do have one more extra little sprinkle. that we're going to bring to the Nationals, and we're going to be doing a live interview. So a live podcast episode with a special someone.
Yep. The Get to Know series that we promised right at the start of this
that's been
this
tough.
whole venture. And we've literally got unlimited things we can do, and we're just trying to do them all. But the Get to Know series, that's been something we haven't launched yet, but at Nationals we'll be doing a Get to Know interview with Mish Wilson.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, an absolute superstar of Australian karate. She's been in and around it for I don't know actually how many years.
I think definitely her whole life.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. When she started competing when she was I don't know. I actually don't even know when she started competing. This is why we want to get to know Michelle, because this is the main reason why we wanted to start this podcast, is not only just keep the conversation moving, but it's to
get to know Michelle.
To get to know just Michelle.
Yeah.
But to get to know members of the karate community that some people may not know. When you're walking past someone, you may not know who that is, but when you can celebrate them and have the opportunity to ask questions and get to know who, like we're doing this history thing, how do we celebrate that history is by keep chatting to them. So
these stories in history just get lost. So we're trying to bring attention back to it. Like you were having a quick research, Mitch, the other day about Mish after giving birth to her twins.
This is nuts, by the way. So she's won nationals maybe 11 times, or she's won 3 Oceania golds. She was a former Australian captain. She represented worlds, but the main thing is she had her twin girls in 2013. 2 of her Oceania medals came after that. Imagine having twins and then
going back to competing at that level and winning.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll chat a lot more about that. And so the idea is we're also going to have an opportunity for people to submit their own questions that they have for Michelle, and we will ask them live. We'll actually we've got a time booked in the Nationals. What is it?
Saturday lunchtime.
Yep. We'll be doing the live Get to Know. We'll have a little crowd, and we'll have a microphone for those who will want to ask questions. And I'll be conducting the interview because Mitch, obviously, you've got a very busy weekend. I clearly don't.
This guy's doing nothing.
Doing that. Well, this is something I can do.
Yeah.
And it will be I'll select a bunch of questions that people have submitted, and we'll have you up to the stand and ask the question to Michelle and put her on the spot a little bit, and I'm sure she'll really appreciate it all. But so super excited for that because that's something that the history in the booklet will really highlight, just how much rich history we have that people don't know about, that I don't know about, that I've been researching and finding out this stuff. And I just had no idea. Like I had no idea that we used to compete against Japan in our continental championships. Like how nuts is that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And now nobody knows. Except maybe you two from the expression of your face.
I read it, yeah.
You probably knew.
No, I read it because I read the article.
Yeah, true.
Did you know before that?
I didn't know. I was going to say before, like while reading the article, like there were genuinely so many things I just hadn't even heard of before. Like I haven't been around for as long as you guys. You guys are ancient, but like.
Oh, man. First
this guy's never coming back on here, eh?
He's
never coming back. That's just shitty.
I see why
your
enough. First podcast didn't work out. Didn't release.
Yeah, it's some pretty crazy stuff in here, eh? Like the fact that no, I'm not going to read it. Nah, you guys can read it.
Yeah, but it's a
you can do live reading.
Yeah, live reading. Back in 1972. No, I'm super keen for this week. This week is going to be epic. It's going to be freezing. I'm not prepared.
Oh, it's this week because the podcast comes out next week.
We're recording this like a day before. Our editing process is so quick.
Oh, is that a secret?
Nah.
You can cut that.
Nah, it's all good. That's the one thing I want to get better at as well, is polishing up the editing process.
Or getting somebody else to do it.
Yeah, someone else can do it. Does anyone want to edit the podcast? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, reach out to us.
Yeah,
we've got our how to do it sort of figured out, so we can just send you that. And if you're interested in media,
please. Nah.
So much work.
Anyway, anything we want to talk about else that was not on the run sheet?
Honestly, I'm drawing a blank.
Me too.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I have no idea. Jess?
No, pretty good.
Are you sure?
Yeah. cut this bit.
Yeah, we're going to cut this
I
bit
think,
real
yeah, we'll
big.
cut this bit.
All right. I think it's good to end it there. Maybe just the good.
Last thing, a little bit of beef to add to the whole talk.
Okay.
Last year's national champions, the open divisions.
For this.
For the open division, so the female kata open, and this is seniors, yeah. Female kata open, male kata open, female open fighting, and male open fighting. All WA champions. All 4 of them. So
Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
that is
It's
very
insane.
cool. And I know, Mitch, you're one of them. And they're going to be coming after you this championships because I'm sure Karate Victoria at home
It's going to be tough.
will want some Victorian champions up there.
Yeah. Well, come for the smoke. That's all I can say.
Wow. Shots fired.
WA has got a big shoes to fill from last year. You know, I reckon it can be done. The back-to-backs. Imagine that. Imagine all 4 WAs, all 4 senior open spots.
Female open team as well. Kumite
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the
They're
team-
looking to go back to back, and that's going to be pretty hard to beat with, Hannah, Liv, and Laura all in the WA team.
Yeah, wow. That's tough.
That's a stacked team.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be
Very good.
Anyway, enough of the beef. Good luck to everyone that's going to be there. It's going to be a great championships.
It
Come
will.
and say hello to everyone. And that's the best thing about national competitions is the chance to catch up with mates and have fun outside of the tatami and then on the tatami,
Go to
hard,
war.
Go to war. But thanks, Jess, for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I'm
gonna-
looking forward next week.
Yeah, we're going
This week.
This week.
This week. This week.
We'll get you and your sister on the podcast soon to talk about all the other stuff that you guys have been doing.
Onegaishimasu.
Yeah, okay. All right. As always, let us know your feedback and ask questions. After all, we're an organization for you. Send us an email at kaizenculture.info@gmail.com or sign up to our mailing list to be the first to hear about everything, including the Kaizen Culture packages, so you don't miss out next time. KaizenCulture.org. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, lads. This has been a crazy episode. Press the button, Jess.